to the Pattaya Survival Guide, brought to you by Whiskey and Rum Pro, International Men of Leisure. If you're a solo guy out traveling this world by yourself, that's dumb. We're a group designed to do nothing but guys type travel. Come over and join us. There's a link right there. Click it. Join your brothers. Let's get out there and do this together. Well, not everything together, but I'm gonna do this video while I do my morning walk. And if you're looking around the background trying to figure out where I am, it's actually Na Jomtien. And this is a completely different planet than being downtown Pattaya. Subscribe, like, notifications, all of these things help the channel tremendously. I should also start off by saying the following. This is the public YouTube channel, so we have to be a little careful about the information that we're giving out here. You guys that are coming over and you're more interested in the nightlife, interacting with the girls, we have a 50-minute video, the ultimate guide to Pattaya, where we cover everything, and I mean everything. If you're planning a trip over here, it's well worth the watch. There's the link to it, click it. You can either join our group and become an international man of leisure, or just watch the video. It's gonna cost you a couple bucks because we have to keep it behind a paywall. Like I said, there's sensitive content there. It's not for everyone, but it's well worth the view, especially if it's your first trip over here. If you do a lot of traveling, it's a really good idea to memorize your passport number and your passport expiration date. This will save you a ton of time filling in that information whenever you need it. Airline reservations, sometimes hotels want it. Boom, it's instant memory. You don't have to pull out the document. Second thing, it's a great idea to take a picture of your passport and keep it saved on your phone. Talking about numbers, you guys coming over to Pattaya, memorize this number, 1155. That's our tourist police. Use it just like you would 911 back in North America. If you have any sort of issue, you dial 1155 on your phone. It directs you directly to the tourist police. They speak English and will help you handle whatever problem you seem to be having. It's common knowledge that things inside the airport are more expensive than they are street side. Cup of coffee, bottle of water, lunch, dinner, perhaps an alcoholic beverage. It's just gonna cost you more. The vendors inside the airport pay more in rent, and they've got a captive audience. Well, the same goes for the currency exchange booths. Try to avoid the currency exchange booths inside the airport, well, at least as much as you can. If you have to use them, only get the amount of money that you need until you can get to a street side currency exchange booth. And in Pattaya, they're all over the place. Hey, while we're talking about money, let's talk about ATM machines. Now, ATM machines in this country, believe it or not, extremely safe to use. I've been here for over 2 years and I've yet to have a problem with an ATM machine, knock on wood. Now, as always, you want to take a close look at the machine before you use it. Make sure there hasn't been any tampering. Also a good idea to notify your financial institution and let them know that you're going to be out traveling, just in case somebody looks at your transaction history and goes, wait, he's supposed to be here, but he's doing transactions in Thailand. Let's go ahead and shut the card down, just to err on the side of safety. That could be problematic. Now, finding ATM machines in this country is really, really easy because almost every single 7-Eleven has at least 1, 2, sometimes 3 and 4 ATM machines attached to it. And 7-Elevens are on every single block here. Now, not all 7-Elevens in town look like this one. This one's in central Pattaya, and it is a 7-Eleven on steroids. In fact, I probably should do a whole video just about this 7-Eleven. Well, let's continue with our conversation about the ATM machines. Now, here's the pro tip. You put your card in the machine, select your language, put your PIN number in, select the withdrawal amount. You're gonna get the typical, do you accept the charges? Yes. But the next screen, it's gonna ask you if you wanna use the machine's conversion rate. What's this? It's a trick. They're trying to get you to use a higher exchange rate versus what your financial institution back at home would charge you. Like, no, I do not wanna use your conversion rate. I want my own financial institution to determine this. You'd be surprised how much money that little tip can save you over the course of 30 days using ATM machines. It can add up. If you make a mistake and leave your card inside the ATM machine, this is not like most other countries. Simply go inside the 7-Eleven and ask, hey, did anybody turn in my card? Chances are, I had to wait for traffic, chances are the clerk's got it, or somebody's put it on the top of the machine. This has happened to me twice, where I've left my card in the machine and either the clerk in the 7-Eleven had it or some kind citizen had left it up on top of the machine. This is Thailand, folks. This is a different way of life over here. So a lot of guys like to come over and rent a scooter or a motorcycle and use it as their primary transportation. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you know how to ride one. But be warned, you are gonna get stopped during your trip. It's almost a certainty. The police here love to set up checkpoints. And when you go through one, if you don't have a helmet on your head, you're gonna get a ticket. If you don't have a motorcycle endorsement on your driver's license, you're gonna get a ticket. If the bike isn't currently registered, you're gonna get a ticket. And here's the worst part. If they think, for any reason, that you're either intoxicated or you're on an illegal substance, they're gonna test you right there on the spot. And keep in mind, this is the country where smoking vapes are illegal. Now, that's not to say that you can't buy them here, because you're gonna see these for sale all throughout LK Metro, Beach Road. There's vendors everywhere selling vapes, but technically, they're illegal in Thailand. This is not the country that you wanna come to and do illegal things. Save that for your home country where you have friends and family who can come and bail you out. No, be on the straight and narrow here. Look, guys, I don't recommend driving around here at night after you've been drinking anyways. It's just a bad idea. Use the scooter or motorcycle for your daytime transportation. And then when it's time to go hit the bars, park it, use the Bolt app. When it comes time to do your pre-trip planning, this is a little tip. Doesn't work all the time, but it has worked enough that I'm gonna mention it in this video. Get a VPN. It's not gonna be a VPN commercial, don't worry. Get a VPN, put it on whatever device you're doing your research on, change your location to Thailand and start looking at those hotel rates. On occasion, this has saved me some money. Try it and let me know. If it works, put it down in the comments. I cheated. That's not Pattaya, that's the ABC Hotel. Angeles City, Philippines. Boys, you might be interested in that video too. We spend a lot of time over in our travel group talking about which hotels are the best in Pattaya. This is a constant discussion in our chat groups. But there's a lot of different areas and there's a lot of different types of hotels. We have everything from hostels and budget accommodations all the way up to 5-star luxury resorts. One thing that I tell all the guys, doesn't really matter what your price range is, just make sure that you read the reviews, and not just the reviews that the travel site wants to recommend you to read. No, sort them. Almost every one of the travel sites will allow you to go up, sort the reviews by the most recent. This is what's going to give you the most accurate view of what that property looks like today. Who cares if John from Arizona had a fantastic trip 3 years ago? I want to know what the last guy saw, and read through probably 10 or 15 reviews. It's going to give you a fairly accurate picture of what that property is like today, and that's the most important thing. When you check into a hotel in Pattaya, a couple things are going to happen. First, they're going to want to see your passport. They're going to make a copy of it. Second, most, not all, but most of the hotels are going to ask for a deposit. Deposit can be 500 baht up to 2,000 baht, and they're going to want it in cash. Once you pay it, they're going to give you a receipt. Take the receipt and put it inside your passport where it's nice and safe. Depending on the amount of damage you animals have done to your hotel room, how bad you've rated the minibar, you should get at least a portion of that deposit money back. If you've done no damage and you've kept your little mitts out of the minibar, you should get the entire deposit back. But in order to receive that deposit back, you have to have that receipt. No receipt, they're not going to give you your deposit back. Now, I've read online a couple people have flipped out about that because they honestly have lost their receipt and were due a refund of the deposit. You have to look at it from the hotel's perspective. If there's a game to be run, the general public will figure out a way to run that game. And one of the ways they were doing it over here a decade ago was checking out of the hotel, receiving their deposit, and then going back into the hotel and claiming that they didn't receive the deposit. Not nice, not honest. But that's a game that was being run. So to fix that, the hotels now require that you have the receipt, you hand it to them at the reception desk on your way out, you get your money back. All right, this one's not so much of a tip, but more of a request. Thailand is known as the land of smiles for a good reason. The vibe over here is very laid back. Everybody smiles. Everybody just goes about their life, minds their own business, and has a good time doing it. When you come over here on vacation, contribute to the vibe. Don't contradict the vibe. Fuck you! That's actually pretty rare that people get into trouble in Pattaya. And that's surprising considering the amount of people that are coming into town, the various different countries that they're coming from, and the amount of alcohol which gets consumed in town. Add the girls into the mix, and one might think that you'd have fights and all kinds of chaos downtown constantly. It's really not like that. It's actually a pretty cool place to walk around. It's really rare to see anybody acting like a fool here. It does happen. Like I said, contribute to the vibe. Don't contradict it. 5 o'clock. I know, this is absolutely mind-bending, but you cannot walk into a store and buy a beer at 4 p.m. in the afternoon in Thailand. This is regulated. There's only certain hours that you can buy beer or liquor from the retail establishments, 7-Eleven, convenience stores, grocery stores, liquor stores, etc. 11 o'clock in the morning until 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and then 5 p.m. to midnight. Those are your hours to buy a beer. There's a lot of banter out there about people being overcharged in the bars here, and I honestly don't think it's being done on purpose. And when you come over here to drink, they're going to put a bin in front of you, and that bin is going to hold your bar bill. Every time you order a new beer, just check it and make sure that it actually represents what you ordered, because accidents happen. And honestly, I believe most of the time that's what it boils down to. Somebody accidentally puts the wrong slip in your bin, you go to leave, hey, whoa, hold on. Catch that problem before it becomes a bigger problem. comes time to pack for your trip, pack light. It's Thailand, it's Southeast Asia. You're not going to get cold over here. There's no reason to bring jeans or sweatshirts or jackets. Well, all right, maybe a hoodie for the airplane, because some of the airplanes, they crank that AC down, it can get a little chilly. But other than that, it's t-shirts, swimsuits, shorts, flip-flops. Even you guys that want to go to the clubs down on Walking Street, there's no enforced dress code. You can walk right in a pair of shorts, flip-flops, and t-shirt. I do it all the time. Can't get away with that in some of the other places we travel. This is Thailand and this is Pattaya. On that same note, you don't need to bring 3 weeks worth of clothes, because pretty much every street that there's a hotel, there's also going to be a laundry shop. And if there's not, walk to the front desk of your hotel, ask them if they'll do laundry for you. I've done this many times over here. They're always happy to do it, and it's inexpensive. This isn't like being in California where they're gonna go, hey, yeah, we'll do your laundry for you, but it's gonna cost you 45 bucks. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for me to tell you how to reduce the cost of lady drinks. Like, there's 100 videos on YouTube. Top 5 things to do in Pattaya. Top 5 ways to save money in Pattaya. I'm not going there. I'm just not. Listen, we talk about this over in our private pro group, and my go-to answer is the following. The lady drink prices are dependent on the venue and the location of the venue. Go-Go's are gonna cost more than the beer bars. Go-Go on Walking Street is going to cost more than a Go-Go in LK Metro, although that does seem to be getting a little bit narrower. Look, dude, if you're going to go in and you're going to play, it's going to cost you. So pick your playground carefully and stay within your budget. Did I do that all right? It was kind of diplomatic, right? You come over during the rainy season. Most of the time it looks like this during the day. But if you're walking around and you feel a sudden cool breeze and you look behind you and that isn't blue anymore, but dark, get to wherever you're going quick, because that means it's gonna rain. And when it rains here during the rainy season, it rains. Torrential. It'll downpour for about an hour, hour and a half, then it'll clear up. It'll take about 30 minutes for the roads to all drain, but then business is normal. One of the prime apps that you should have on your phone is the Bolt app. This is the transportation app. Doesn't matter where you are or what time of day it is. You can walk out of a bar on Walking Street at 4 o'clock in the morning, open up your Bolt app and get a motorcycle or a car to whisk you back to your hotel, and they're there in under 5 minutes. But the best part of this is there's no negotiation. The motorcycle taxis and the regular car taxis themselves here in Pattaya will take advantage of a drunk tourist on occasion. That happens everywhere on the planet. So why deal with it? Got the app? The rate is already predetermined. They know where you are because they can see it, your location. Jump on the Bolt app. This is where I need to go. Boom, on your way. No negotiation, no worries. Ask me how many times this thing has saved my tail over here. All right, that's a vid. We got our walk in. I think we covered a lot of territory in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please subscribe, like, notifications. Guys, you want to get on board, you want to be an international man of leisure, come over to whiskeyrum.pro, join your brothers in arms. Man. And for the rest of you guys, like, subscribe, notifications, follow along. We got some really good videos coming up over the next 30 days. You don't want to miss them, I promise.